Dr.
Where's that music coming from?
Howie's phone. All right, I'm starting the podcast. 5, 4, put it away, Howie.
The hammer's my penis.
Not to quote Garrick's mom, but put it away, Howie.
No, she never says that.
I know.
She's like, keep it out, Howie.
Not yet. All right, ready? 5, 4, everybody's got to be quiet. Stop laughing. It's time to go now. What's going on, everybody? Corey here. Welcome back to another Fly Casual. Guess what? I'm upright and not puking. That means I'm back to tickle your eardrums with my fellow cohorts in crime. And guess what? Tonight in Star Wars news, we have got a lot going on before we even get to that delicious toy report. So you're going to want to stick around for another Fly Casual. Let's get ready to wrinkle!
Welcome back, my friend.
Hey.
Yeah?
Hey, fellas.
Hey.
Hi, fellas.
You got yourself all cleaned out? You feel good now?
I'm as empty as a politician's promise.
I like that.
Howdy.
I like that.
I'm dehydrated.
We need to rehydrate you. We got plenty.
Yeah. Like some alcohol.
I don't know if this is all going to help. I don't know. I actually am flying on a pretty empty stomach tonight, so any of this that I imbibe with is going to take effect quickly.
Right. I have some chocolate over here for you.
Just some chips.
That's dark chocolate. You are a liar. That is dark chocolate. That is dark chocolate, and you can go straight to you know where with that business, pal.
It says
That's
milk chocolate.
Chocolate in name only, man.
Oh, hey, friend.
Hey, Doctor.
Oh, that was almost perfect.
It was. It hit the hand so perfectly, and then I batted it to the floor like an angry cat. All right, there we go.
You're
right,
you're still convinced it's dark chocolate.
That's right. You guys watching the Mystery Science Theater?
Yeah. I've seen them all.
Wait, what were you saying?
No.
The new Mystery Science Theater, the first episode of season 2 of the new run is
The Mystery Science Theater can all go.
is the greatest
Don't say it.
cinematic event of all time.
It's
Otherwise known
Hashtag
as
forever.
Mac and Me.
Back at me.
That movie is
That movie was
70%.
awful.
70% a wiener puppet drinking Coke. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
It is.
I have not seen that movie since I was like maybe 9 or 10 tops.
Oh, man. That's got to be the funniest MST3K I've seen in a long time.
If you like Mac and Me or like laughing at Mac and Me, have you seen Paul Rubens is doing new Pee-wee movies? Did you guys know this?
What?
Did you know
He's
this?
still
Did you hear about
alive?
this?
If you go to Netflix and search Pee-wee Herman, there's a new Pee-wee adventure. Highly recommended, by the way. It's hilarious.
Really?
Yes.
Now, I knew he made one for Netflix. I didn't know if he was making more. That one came out like over a year or two ago,
It did,
right?
yeah. It's probably a
I
year
did
too
see
old.
that. Yeah, I did see that.
I thought it was funny, but at the very beginning of that movie, do you remember, Garrick, if you saw it?
Did you see this? Did you hear about
see
this?
it? Did you hear it?
Yeah, yeah.
At the beginning
it
of
was
the
a
movie,
long time
basically,
ago.
he has a scene with an alien that is basically Mac.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Was he drinking Coke?
They're looking at each
With
other.
a straw?
Just trust me. Go watch it. You're gonna laugh your ass off.
You hear that, everyone? Paul Rubens' latest Pee-wee foray on Netflix has the Mike Archbold seal of approval.
Basically, it's Pee-wee and Mac looking at each other in their eyes and going, "I'm gonna miss you so."
It's got that werewolf guy in it, right?
Werewolf
He's
guy.
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh, the dude with the beard that's
Michael
was
J.
married
Fox.
to the Sophia Loren.
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy.
Or is
No.
married. I don't know.
Michael J. Fox.
Not even close.
The dude from the True Blood, the werewolf
Yes.
guy?
He and Pee-wee become besties.
Dude, he was married. He's
hilarious.
married to not Sophia Vergara, not Sophia Loren.
There you go. There you go.
Oh man! Suddenly, I've aged past Mike. In one sentence.
Whoa.
I'm older than Mike.
Did you just say whoa?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm back on top. I'm young again.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike just pulled a Joey Lawrence as if it was a current take, so I'm young again.
There we go.
Everything's fine. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Fly Casual, episode number 207. My name is Mr. Corey T. Wilson. And don't you be forgetting the Mr., son.
That's right.
Also acceptable virtually any other title. And with me on my left is Mr. Michael J. Archbold.
Yeah, I was starting with the rum. I'm hitting the Jaeger though. It's that time of the night.
Okay,
we're getting this party started, baby.
Yeah, all right.
You guys ready?
Take that, internet.
Yeah.
Let's be like the cool kids.
I'm the only cool kid on this podcast. I'm just saying.
Just so you know, when kids drink, it's not cool. But when 50-year-olds don't drink, it's uncool.
Not 50.
What?
Just 45.
Dude, I round up.
Plus what?
Thank you. No, we can't round up when you're my age. You got to round down.
You have to be 45 in one day to be able to round up to 50.
I round up whenever they ask me what my height is at the doctor's office.
No, don't you have to be like
6'2"?
45 and 180 some days?
Yeah, something like that.
To round up?
No, because 5, you've already got 5 years under your belt. Day 0.
Yeah, but
Technically
45 and a half
goes down.
But 45 and a half, anything after that, you round up.
5.1.
5.0001 rounds up.
5.000. Keep
because
going.
remember, you don't start at 51, you start at 50. You start at 50. Math,
I'm trying to help Mike. I'm just trying to help Mike.
Trying to wreck your shiz with math.
You lost me at hello.
Well, and somehow you're still here. You freeload and Uncle whatever. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Ben.
Over there, Master Controls, Mr. Steven J. The J is for Blitzen.
Jackalope Howie.
Blitzen.
He looks like Jackalope to me.
Howie over there.
What the?
Classic.
Are there any reindeer whose name starts with a J? I'm having trouble rattling them off. Right
What the?
Johnner. J stands for Johnner.
Johnner and Blitzen.
There's a minute where a hot second where I actually thought that.
When you're drunk, they all start with J.
That's true.
Yeah, Johnner and Judoff and Jalopy.
Yeah, that one's real hard to get started, but once it's going,
He's the Hanukkah reindeer.
Yeah, Judolph is the Hanukkah reindeer.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know if that's offensive or not.
I don't know either.
I feel like that's something that a Jewish person would not find offensive, but other people would find offensive on behalf of the Jewish person.
I'll find
I can't tell in today's day and age. I've lost track.
Who knows?
Yep.
Who knows? Let's offend.
We'll find out, maybe.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
when they kick us off the internet, we'll know.
Speaking of getting kicked off the internet, across the pond and down a few is Mr. Garrick, not Jay Hardy.
Look at all those cars. Real nice. Real nice.
Wait, what?
You know who's not kicked off the internet?
Who's not?
Who?
Garrick's mom's webcam video.
Oh, man.
24/7. Take a shower. My gosh.
Oh, no, it's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
by sick, I mean cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on board.
You finally come around, buddy?
Sick. That's what cool kids say. To say cool, they say sick.
That is straight.
Was that a double entendre there?
That's straight buns, yo. That is so buns.
Chain.
I didn't get that
off the chain, guys.
Yeah.
No, I feel pretty buns about Garrick being into this now.
Oh yeah, I'm all about buns.
It's really buns.
It's hot buns.
Who isn't
no buns. No, buns are what the kids say when it's bad.
No, it's hot cross buns.
No, buns are bad. In kid language.
Buns are good.
Man, that's buns. That's not a good thing.
How are you supposed to eat your cheeseburger
the fact
without
that we're
a bun?
talking about that on the podcast means they're not saying it anymore.
Maybe the kids are into Atkins. You didn't think about that.
Oh, that's a good point.
They don't like their buns. They leave them in the wrapper.
Need that low carb.
Hey, you need to have a little more self-respect.
How are they going to reach ketosis, bro? I'm just saying.
Look, if Garrick can't be into Garrick's mom, who can be?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, Garrick. Technically, Garrick was the first one, and his mom.
That's true.
Other than all the guys that came before.
Oh yeah! Woo!
I see what you did there.
Including Garrick's dad.
Oh man.
Oh,
it never gets old.
That's buns.
That was buns, bro. That was.
It was buns.
You gotta be careful.
That's salty buns.
That's unsick. So there.
That's reverse sick cool.
That is the antisick.
That is on the chain. It's on the chain.
Hey guys, welcome to Star Wars Podcast.
Hey, is that what we do here?
I got a fancy idea.
I forgot what we did.
That's a terrible idea.
I think that we should let the kids know that it's the holiday season.
The holiday season.
And whoop-de-doo and grab your buns and bend over and
give
them some fun.
Goodbye.
I'm just saying, it's the holidays.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Simply
Happy
wishing
holidays,
you
We're all
friend.
wearing our hats.
Happy
a wonderful
holidays, friend.
Even
Christmas
Garrick.
time.
If you want to see our festive
Simply
holiday hats, you're going to want to go to the YouTube channel.
Wonderful Christmas
Hey, somehow we got to get Garrick on the camera, man.
I know.
How are we doing that?
I think Mike's drunk already.
Well, my mom takes up the camera already.
That's true. She's already got it.
Very
And it's-
limited time.
They only
It's all-
have one camera for
It's
the
all
whole house.
steamed up. You know how it is.
Yeah, it
But,
gets kind of milky.
Have to wipe it off.
You almost made Mike spit booze. I think it went to his nose. He's grabbing his face right now. You heard him.
Wait, what?
You heard him.
You can
is
tell
how
we
we-
haven't been down here for a little.
This is how we come roaring
bit of
back.
time.
I haven't been down here for even longer. Yep. We're soaring back to the top of the holiday charts.
Yeah.
And of course, because it's the holidays.
Yeah, right?
It is?
Naturally, there's
Again?
going to be a reluctant but totally triumphant return of the Fly Casual Glee Club.
Yeah, but, well, hey,
Sweet.
little do you know, the Glee Club has already been here.
I know this. I know
What?
this. I know this. In fact, under the tutelage of one Mr. Sancho W. Pond,
Yeah.
as you guys say,
No, J. Panda.
Nailed it.
Sancho J. Panda
Yes.
Esquire.
Yeah. There's only one, not Jay on
The
this
third.
cast.
Everybody's J except...
Except me and Garrick being not Jay. And I'm not even not Jay. I'm just kind of un-Jay.
and that's because we're all drunk and everything starts with J.
I wish I was remotely as inebriated as how he keeps saying we all are. But either
I'm getting
way,
there.
under his tutelage, yes, there have been some advancements, but as absolutely choice as those were, and yes, I did listen.
Yeah, they were killer reviews
Absolutely.
of, Star Wars Resistance.
Absolutely killer. We will be revisited by the Glee Club under his tutelage for our traditional Fly Casual Star Wars satirical holiday songs. And if you're offended about comments made that were somewhat in the neighborhood about Jewish people earlier, hang in there. Because we've got a Hanukkah favorite that's on the docket tonight.
We're going to drive it home, baby.
That's
All the
right.
way.
So stick around because following Porkins Kid arrival tonight, we were going to be revisiting
again?
the Glee Club.
Wait, are you saying we're like doing things in order and prepared?
Yes, I'm saying that because I'm baiting people into sticking around to at least hear the music before they go, I got to get out of here before Garrick talks about Funko Pop. Having said that, time for news.
Hey,
That's
Spoil a
why,
lot of news.
See, that's why most people tune into the podcast is to listen
Yeah.
about Funko Pop.
I don't know.
they want their pop report.
Most? I don't know.
I said I listened to the podcast. I
It's
didn't say I
all of
finished
them.
You're right. It is all of them.
right.
People love the pops.
Lots of news tonight, so we're going to
So
jump right
much.
in.
So much news.
Oh, my God.
What happened?
News.
Other than the fact that we're looking at news a different way, we're collecting our news a different way.
What happened? We're actually looking at the news.
Yes.
This is crazy.
The entire cast of The Mandalorian, well, at least
A lot of the names.
the cool kids have
cool
been
kids.
announced.
Just the cool kids.
Of course, we know that Pedro Pascal,
Who is a cool kid.
is a very cool kid, the coolest of the kids.
He is.
Has been
He's
cast
cool.
as the Mandalorian. But they have released the cast list. And we've had a few announcements, right? We know that what?
Had rumors,
Well,
but now it's
like
it's official now.
It is. It's kind of completely official. So, Gina Carano, we talked about a couple weeks ago
From the Deadpool.
fame. Yeah, from the Deadpool. She's here. New name. You guys ready for this one?
I'm ready. I'm hovering.
Giancarlo Esposito. He was ready on that one.
That was ready to go. That was in the
Hey,
chamber.
I think that's
Giancarlo.
Yeah,
You
right.
said Gin, like
Giancarlo.
You went like Giancarlo.
You got to roll those R's, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta roll.
Giancarlo. Yeah, Giancarlo. Carlo. Esposito for no reason.
Nailed it.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Okay,
Chicken
you-
guy, Gus Fring.
Gus. Breaking Bad
Weird,
fame,
right?
dude.
I like him a lot because he's like this.
Because he's Terminated.
He's got this like quiet charisma about him as an actor in general, like in interviews and when he's acting. He's got this like really powerful, quiet charisma, but he's also just seems like a good dude, but he can also play like hella scary when he wants to. He can play like hella nice guy, hella scary. Not a lot of people can pull that off.
He literally can play a Terminator.
Did he play a Terminator?
Is he a Terminator?
He played a Terminator.
In that last scene. Howie's referring to spoilers for anybody who still hasn't watched Breaking Bad but intends to. In his last scene, when he comes out and straightens his tie, and the camera pans around him, I was like, why is he a Terminator? Oh, that's his skull.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. See?
All right.
Yep.
It's always rewarding when everyone's like, what are you talking about?
You know what the best part about that scene is? About that last scene with him in it?
The mad bell ringing by
that's pretty good. But they made a Funko Pop of that.
Yes, they did.
Okay, I guess that's the best part. Hey guys, quit hitting settings and stuff.
Not doing a thing.
Well,
I didn't do it.
We're getting some craziness going on here. Right?
It was Howie.
Are we?
I'm having some internet problems.
Oh.
Yeah. We have
somehow
lost our video feeds. I'm just saying.
Actually, and I can't connect to Discord, but somehow we can hear Garrick. So the show must go on.
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah. So
No, that is an very interesting casting announcement.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I wasn't even. I guess I wasn't sitting around trying to figure out who could be in the Mandalorian, but at the same time, I didn't see that coming.
No, not at all, and very interesting. And I mean, dude, this cast is pretty amazing, man.
I'm kind of freaking out because there's nobody on here that seems like there's nobody on here that seems like a cheese ball, easy grab.
Yeah.
Okay, this one will bring in the kids. This one will bring in,
Right.
there's no people on here that like you would ever look at and go, well, there's a token of any kind. Like everybody on here is like, these are like legit powerhouses.
Yeah.
You know?
You didn't even finish the list yet.
I know.
All right, you guys ready? I'm going to keep going here. Emily Swallow.
Emily Swallow.
Supernatural?
Yes.
Fame?
Heck yes.
Who was she in Supernatural?
My personal favorite, Carl Weathers.
Yeah. It's official.
It is official, my friend.
Woo.
You know what's going to happen to him. You know he's going to get his arm cut off with a lightsaber. And then they're just going to use the stump from Happy Gilmore that he had.
And there's going to be a gun on the ground shooting.
Yeah.
He's going to have a gun hand? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just like Predator, man. Yeah, when he was
Shit.
yeah. That dude loses limbs, doesn't he? Damn.
No,
he didn't lose limbs in Rocky. He just got punched by a Russian guy to death.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But he lost his arm in Predator and he lost his hand in Happy
he did
Gilmore.
lose his arm in Predator. I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So he's going to lose
a special skill. That is a very special skill.
He's either going to lose an arm or get killed by a Russian. So odds are probably an arm.
Maybe he loses an arm and gets beaten with it.
All right, get ready
Gets
on the
Quan
button.
Chi'd. Okay.
Omid Abati?
Nailed it.
I'm not looking at it, but I just did it.
I'm not familiar with Omid, but American Gods, if you're familiar with that.
Oh, yeah. American Gods.
Right.
This looks like Omid Abtahi or something.
Yeah, man.
I've never watched
Abtahi.
American Gods. That's one of those that I imagine I'll probably get around to.
What channel is that on?
At some point? I don't know. I can't research anything because the Wi-Fi be dead. That's why we can still hear you because you're not
what's
on
going on, man.
the Wi-Fi.
I don't know. You guys aren't going to get any video either. That sucks. But
we could pause real quick.
We may have to do that.
Howie, can we do that?
It out.
Pause button.
Well, wait a minute. Let's get through this one at least. And then we'll do that. Werner Herzog from Grizzly Man.
Werner.
And
Werner Herzog. And that's, we just think of him from Grizzly Man? Really?
I'm moving on from that.
From Grizzly Man.
But another personal favorite, Nick Nolte, man. Are you kidding me?
Fresh out of the dryer.
What the hell?
Nick Nolte.
Nolte.
I thought he had hung it up, man.
Well, I mean, he had like the drug issues and the arrests and stuff like that, but he's done a couple things since then.
He has.
In fact, I had mistaken Tom Waits in Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I thought he was Nick Nolte.
He looked just like him.
And he talks just like him, doing. I'm coming, Mr. Pocket. I'm
Mr.
coming.
Pocket, where are you?
Where are you, Mr.
Where are you?
I'm going to see you tomorrow, Mr. Pocket. I'm like, oh, man, Nick Nolte's doing great.
But Nick Nolte, man, I mean, that's...
I know, that's like, where's that coming from? I can't wait to see where it goes.
Out of left field, man. So
this is one of those things where I'm hoping like that Jon Favreau is all up in the casting. Like this whole cast is getting Robert Downey Jr. like crazy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's what I'm hoping. Like he's like, all right, we need the grizzled old dude. We need the we need the up and comer who's like very calm but scary, and we need the dude who like he's kind of badass. You want to root for him, but you're not sure. Like he's pulling all these people where I'm like, these people like can play crazy good characters, but I don't know that they have a wide range, but they're crazy good at the characters that they play.
Yes, man. Yeah, I'm excited about this cast. This is good news right here.
All the pieces are falling in the right places.
They are.
It's crazy.
This is exciting, man. I mean, this has been a tumultuous year for Star Wars, to say the least.
Star Wars fandom, at least.
Exactly 1 year today, actually.
As of this recording.
Hello. Who said that? No.
But no, man, the future looks bright, my friend.
It's so bright, I gotta wear shades twice.
You do.
Twice. Follow us on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what else is going on other than the Mandalorian casting news, Mike? Just in case you forgot.
Well, there's
good cast, though.
News coming out about the Disney World and Disneyland attractions for
Disney World
coming in 2019. Specifically,
I have to say, you linked to the news article from peoples.com on this.
Yes.
And so I had to remove all of my wife filters that I've put on my network here. So go right ahead, please.
So 2 new attractions coming to Disneyland, Disney World next year. One is going to be a simulation where the
simulation.
That's right. Where the customer actually gets to fly the Millennium Falcon. Can you believe this?
But it's only a sim.
It is a sim.
It's like a baby's toy.
My guess.
You can use your hands.
They have a little video, a little teaser video on the website about this, and looks like, I mean, they just set it up that you're going to be on the Millennium Falcon. They don't actually show you any footage. But my guess is that it's going to be similar to the
Star Tours.
Yeah, Star Tours. Where you
that's
to
fun.
sit down. Yeah, that was very fun.
What would be really
Star
great
Tours.
is if they have many different cockpits, so that what's that Epcot space thing they have? It's like a space simulator at Epcot.
Spaceship Earth.
No, it's not that. But basically, it actually simulates like the G-forces and stuff of taking off in a rocket and landing on the moon or something like that. And you squeeze in 4 people at a time, squeeze into this thing, and it's in a centrifuge. And they have several at a time. You don't know that. Of course, it's like sort of masked a little bit from you.
Sure.
But they have a bunch running all at once. What I would love is if you actually get to sit with you and 3 of your friends in a Millennium Falcon cockpit.
That's what I'm guessing.
That's what I want. I don't want to load into we made the Millennium Falcon cockpit big enough to fit 36 people.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking too. Because
I won't squee with joy even if they did that.
Sure,
but still,
of course.
It'd be really nice if they gave it like the individual cockpit treat.
Yeah, that would be
cool. They'd have to build several of them,
and then you get to fight with your little brother who gets to sit in the pilot seat.
So, you're Chewy.
Not only that, but they also have a VR simulation, if I'm not mistaken. I believe.
Very
they
real.
don't talk about this and very in depth in the article, but I think I've heard about this on other news reports. Ooh. And the people that have described this, that have had the preview of this, say it is amazeballs. Like you feel like you are in the simulation.
But you know what?
Amazeballs?
I hear average Joe people say that about using like a prototype Oculus Rift.
I don't know, man.
I'm
just saying.
Someone straps on a VR helmet like, it was like I was really on a roller coaster. They put a desktop fan in front of my chair and I was like, whoa, So like I want to hear like get somebody from like IGN or something like that
to review it
in there and tell me if it's better than all the other. I'm assuming it's going to be at least top notch, at least.
That's what I've heard. Again, this is all just through news reports and whatnot. But the people that have seen this,
this 40-year-old bag lady who's addicted to methamphetamines says it's the wildest ride she's ever taken.
So basically, on the simulation, it looks like you get to fight stormtroopers, and there's a competition
with the Millennium
at the end of
Falcon?
it with Kylo Ren. No. The Millennium
Falcon straps on its boxing gloves.
That's completely different.
Onto its landing struts. But just pummels them.
But yeah, so this sounds pretty cool. I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect.
How far are we away from?
I am tempering my expectations by.
How far are we away from Star Wars Westworld? Because
that's where I want to be.
That's when I'm on board. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And I can't wait for that secret Mara Jade arc where you go finding that character that no one's allowed to know about.
you gotta cut people's Is
this where you can wander around and do whatever you want? And I mean whatever you want.
Hey, this is Disney. These are the people that passed on Back to the Future because of the incest. Okay, all right.
Gross.
I'm just saying.
Disney. We all love Disney.
Do we?
That's why. Well,
that's what their bank account says.
It is, by the way. As a matter of fact.
What else is new, Mike?
Well, I'm trying to get there. My web browser's being funny.
There's some Star Wars icons news.
What?
About Han Solo.
But
because Harrison Ford is sharing Hoth war stories and a new book.
There is a new book. You're right. Star Wars icons.
I'm James C. Reilly.
I'm John C. Reilly.
I'm Dr. Steve Brule, and here's a new Harrison Ford book.
This actually looks pretty awesome. Have you guys looked into this at all?
No, it's the first time hearing of it, actually.
So, yeah, new book. And if I had to guess, it looks like it's going to be a series of books.
Well, yeah, considering it has a name that isn't Han Solo, Han Solo.
Right. So hopefully we get a
Star Wars icons, plural, and then just one icon. Yes. So I'm assuming more icons.
They should have named the series Solo and then called Solo: Han.
Yeah.
A road to the Solo story.
And then all the rest of them would just be Solo: not Solo.
Yep.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense.
Solo.
Well, this book was written by former Entertainment Weekly editor Gina McIntyre. The book is now on sale from Sideshow Collectibles, and it is a retrospective of the character of Han Solo. From the earliest drafts.
Yeah, you think it's going to be something that's all just behind the scenes stuff, but it's not.
Really not.
It's actually a deep dive into everything about the character.
Everything.
I would like
from early scripts to they interview Harrison Ford.
Yeah, it's like
part of this project.
It's not exclusively behind the scenes stuff, but it's like it's everything. You know what I mean? It's like in-depth insider stuff, even from a behind-the-scenes focus.
We like doing deep dives here on Fly Casual.
You don't say.
This is a deep dive.
The deepest? Oh.
Well, it gets all in there.
Deep dive, just like into Garrick's mom.
Whoa!
Oh, gee.
There's a line.
I think we went past the 3 mark.
There's a line.
Whoa!
That line is somewhere after Garrick's mom jokes. Up there.
There we go.
Up there. Yeah.
Wasn't Han Solo like an alien originally? He
was Zeb.
An early.
Or no, that was Chewbacca. It was Zeb.
Chewbacca was Zeb, but yes.
Han Solo Zeb.
In early scripts, he was a green alien.
Yeah, he was Greedo.
Yeah, right.
Just going to simplify.
Luke was a woman, too, I believe, at one point.
So. Yeah, at one point, yeah.
Well, that was Luke.
With all the difference, at one point in the script, it was this. It's like, okay, were there 972 drafts of A New Hope? Or is the at one point, like, while George and Steve were sitting there smoking a joint, they came up with some random things.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Sitting just hanging out and... Dude, what?
Doing that.
What if Luke was like? What if he was like a dog, right? But not just like a dog, but like a girl dog,
like a dog,
not like a girl, not like a girl, like it was like what if it's like a dog, like cat dog. There's no end to this. There's no punchline. It's not going to land.
No,
because have you been around people smoking weed? I'm just saying.
Oh, gee.
No. Fly Casual does not promote the smokage of weed unless you're in a state that allows it.
Cool.
Wait a minute.
And you work for a company who allows it.
And you work for a company that does not do random drug screens, then
you want to be cool.
Then have fun responsibly. And pay no attention to the excessive amount of liquor bottles on the table.
No, none. Yep. None whatsoever.
What?
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, this book looks really cool. So this Are any of you guys investors in the Chronicle series for Star Wars? Do you know what I mean?
Are you just like coming up with all kinds of new things that I know nothing
You're making
about?
stuff up, dude.
No, I'm not. You guys have not seen my Chronicle books?
No.
Chronicles of Narnia?
No.
C.S. Lewis? No, I've read some C.S. Lewis.
Narnia.
Narnia dang business.
There are 2 Chronicle books. There is a Chronicle book for the original trilogy, and there's a Chronicle book for the prequels. And
Chronologies?
It is a Chronicle book. It literally chronicles the entire filmmaking process.
Holy crap, no.
Oh my gosh, I've got to bring
Do
these
I need
over.
to own this?
They do.
Should I own this
next
right
time
now?
we get together, I'm going to bring these over.
Oh, God, when will that be?
Oh, we're gonna flip through some Chronicles, bro.
I was joking,
dear
but it's
God.
Christmas, so, oh, God, when will that be?
Let's get our Chronicle on.
After January,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but
Let's get our Ickle on.
no, I know there are listeners out there that know.
We could do some Chronicle and Chronic.
Oh,
Right?
no.
Anyway, this
what if this
series
book was like a book?
this
What
series
if we
looks like it's going
rolled
to
this
be
book
like
up and smoked it?
Oh my God.
Would
What
we
if it
be
had
able to?
pop-ups?
Not Chronic, buddy. Not
We
Chronic.
wouldn't have.
We're going to do Chronicle and Chronic.
Yeah.
We're going to get
It's a new
hungry,
thing.
so we're going to have a potluck.
I
These books-
really want some gin and juice.
These,
Wait,
I
what?
mean,
No.
these Chronicle books that I have are, I mean, anybody,
Nailed it?
you guys, I can't believe you don't have them. I mean, they are collector items. And these
Yeah, I can't
books,
believe I
these
don't have
icon
them.
books look like they're going to be in that same vein.
Right now they're 20% off.
Where?
$40.
On the Amazons.
Wow.
No, Sideshow.
Sideshow.
What?
That is amaze balls.
$40.
That's
Whoa.
ridiculous.
That's a good price.
Only available at Sideshow.
Anyway, yeah,
That's good.
you guys are going to
Wait,
freak out when you see these
$40 a
Chronicle
month.
books.
You mean? Do you mean $40 a month?
That's for the new one. If you want the hardcover Star Wars Chronicles from Amazon, you're out $170 because
Yeah.
it is a collector's item.
I found my original trilogy Chronicle book for $50 in a used book.
So basically,
It is badass.
Half price books. I'm going to be there tomorrow.
basically you should get this book because it's going to go up in value.
Yep. So it sounds
They're
like to me.
pretty. They're pretty cool, man.
Or
as
get
fun-
it because you want to read it, you know.
Yeah, well, you could do that
I
too.
mean,
Buy 2.
So speaking of Han Solo,
That guy.
Solo: A Star Wars Story is hitting Netflix in January.
Yeah,
you guys
dude.
heard this?
hey, good.
No, I
People will
haven't.
finally
I just
watch
did.
it and go, wow, why didn't we see this in theaters?
No, right?
Why?
Dummies.
Hey,
Dummies.
babe, why didn't we go see this when it was out? It's not
Because y'all
bad.
dumb.
It's not bad. Was there a reason? Were we boycotting?
There are a whole lot of new stuff hitting Netflix in January, including
Solo's just the most important one.
that is probably at the top of the list.
Yeah, it is.
But
Is it?
Indiana Jones trilogy is going to be
Oh,
hitting,
that's-
Netflix.
That's on the Amazon Prime. So
Wait.
is it going to disappear as it appears? I wonder.
Well, what I've noticed is
Only the
that
trilogy?
in terms of licensing, that whenever Amazon has them, Netflix doesn't.
Yeah, they tend to bounce.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's going to leave. I would assume
because we
leave
were just
Amazon.
watching Raiders the other night
Yep.
on the Xaners.
Classic.
So if you have not seen Solo: A Star Wars Story, and it doesn't sound like many people have,
I've seen it.
I have. Too,
I like to
man.
think that the majority of people listening to this podcast have seen Solo: A Star Wars Story, but I've been mistaken before.
You know what? I don't have it on Blu-ray yet.
What?
I haven't found it cheap enough, man, to buy.
Oh, you
still
got to
been
buy a steelbook, man.
Oh, get off me, man!
Steelbook.
I want to pay. Like,
Get on my stuff.
I want to pay like $20,
Yep.
and it hasn't been $20,
Why?
which I
know if
don't
you can get a
understand
steelbook
because
for
I
20
can
bucks.
get. I got Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rogue One all for
On
about
steelbook.
20,
Because you
$25.
got them the second they came out when the price is low.
I tried when Solo came out.
When Solo
It
didn't
was
have the
like
low price when it came out.
$35, man. At least on Amazon,
boy.
and that's where I was going to buy it.
You look at the super special
Because
edition.
I want to get, I want to get the digital copy as well.
Oh yeah, good
And
point.
I couldn't find it for cheaper than $35.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Wait, do you own it?
No, I'm.
Get off.
I sail the high seas, my friend.
I got it from Target for like $20, I think. Maybe
Oh dear
25.
God! Then why didn't you buy me one?
25 maybe. I don't know.
That's bullshit.
I
Yeah, if you go
imagine
in-
if you went out and hit 5 retail stores tomorrow, you could find it for the price.
I was going to say I need to look again. I haven't looked in a while.
Amazon
I
has
gotta
it for
admit.
$23 right now.
There you go. I'll get it then. I will get it.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh, spoiler! Even on the Blu-ray, you're not going to be able to see anything in those first few scenes.
Oh really? Oh
Well, have you watched it at home in any form yet?
Oh no, I haven't.
And that's the thing.
When we seen it in the theater,
when I saw it in theaters, I was like, I can't wait to watch this at home so I can actually see what's going on.
Because it was too dark.
You can't. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it was. That was actually probably the most disappointing thing about the entirety of the movie, which I love. And I'm not disappointed by much. The most disappointing thing for me was that when I got to see it at home, it didn't look better. Because a lot of movies do.
You know what?
Looked a little better.
Maybe a little.
Just a little sidebar here. I see a lot of in social media, and
Okay. Let's preface this. We see this.
Yes, I am prefacing
on
this.
the social media.
I'm admitting this, but there are a lot of people that say that it's not a good movie, and I'm like, we got to sit down at some point, and we've got
with these people and beat them. I agree. You heard it, guys. Mike said beat them all.
I want to explore this further because I don't get it, because that is a good movie.
I know.
It's
fun. Legit. I've talked to some people recently who saw it for the first time.
Yeah.
And they're not hardcore Star Wars fans by any means.
Okay.
And but they appreciate the Star Wars film. They saw them, they're like, you know what? We really liked it. Like it was a good movie. My parents saw it recently for the first time.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, it was good.
You know,
and I'm like, thank you. My dad's like, I actually really, really enjoyed it.
It's not deep. It's not, probing. It's
not all galactic wide, all-encompassing implications.
It is a self-contained.
It's not trying to make a statement.
7-foot tall puppy dog.
To me, it's exactly what these anthology films should be. I mean, Rogue One was kind of an exception because it was on a grand scale.
But Rogue One had the same kind of thing. It was a smaller group, but they happened to be involved in a grander scale.
Right.
So it was somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But Solo, to me, is what these anthology films should be.
Yeah, give me a story. Give me someone to care about.
Right.
They're like, okay, here's this Han Solo guy. I'm like, all right, who's he? I don't know. Let's invest.
Right. I don't know. I just hope at some point they can flip this around and actually bring these characters back and either do another film or inject them into the TV series or do something.
Disney Plus.
So, yeah, man.
Hey, don't be cheering stuff where I got to pay another subscription fee, bro.
You want to, because you want to see the Mandalorian.
We were talking about it last night because we're switching away from DirecTV now because we don't use it very much. We're switching to Philo.
Oh.
$16 a month.
Really?
Not the best image quality, but
like the dough?
Like my wife and daughter notice. I'm the only one who notices, right? It's more like a 480p kind of thing, DVD quality. At least from our use so far, but it's $16 a month, man.
Are they related to J-Lo?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it's named
J-Lo.
after the inventor of the television, Mr. Philo Farnsworth.
But
Fort Wayne.
Auburn, technically, but yeah, Fort Wayne.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Still Fort Wayne.
Still Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne Light. But yeah, so and my wife goes, are we gonna be buying the Disney service when it comes out? I'm like, yes.
Yes, you are.
That's exactly how I said.
I don't think there's anybody in this room who's not just based on
I'm getting it.
The one show that's going to be on there.
I can
don't
easily
forget Cassian Andor. I mean, we got two shows coming up.
Just based on the one
Clone
show,
Wars.
we're on
easily slap on an eye patch and a peg leg, sail out of port and see it for free, but I'm still going to pay money to see it.
No, you got to support your content provider.
That's what I am. I'm voting with my dollars. I'm voting for Jon Favreau and not everyone else.
Come on, John. Don't let me down, baby. Come on, baby.
Hey, the directors.
When has John ever let you down? Come on.
Legit.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Swingers fan. Not a huge Swingers fan. It's all right. But it was not how you say money.
They say that a lot in the movie.
They do. They say it a lot in the movie. What else is going on, Mike?
Well, Cinnamon Blend reporting this week.
Cinnamon buns.
Everybody's favorite. Actually, it's Variety. I'm sorry. Variety is reporting.
I was going to say
that Solo, a Star Wars story, got some bad news this week.
What?
Yeah, Oscar season is upcoming. And unfortunately,
Oscar Isaac,
they have the score for Solo: A Star Wars Story has been disqualified.
This made me laugh. And I shouldn't laugh at this.
Not even passed over. Disqualified.
Yeah.
Wow,
So here
'cause
we
it was
go.
too-
It's not been snubbed. It was never allowed in front of people to be snubbed by.
All right. So here's what the Cinema Blend article says.
That wonderful score of Solo, a Star Wars movie, that easily Oscar contending score. What happened, Michael?
Variety reports that several movies are apparently not having their score considered for the coveted Oscar award. Solo, a Star Wars story, whose score was written by John Powell with contributions from John Williams, apparently missed the November 15th submission.
Stupid post office! I swear, USPS tracking is garbage.
They go on to say somebody at Lucasfilm was probably getting the side eye for that move.
Oh man, I'm not kidding. You know, someone sat bolt upright at bed.
What the hell?
At 5 minutes before their alarm went off that day and went, "Oh God,
That's today, isn't it?
yesterday was the deadline."
No, they're driving in when they remembered.
It was yesterday.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh no.
Bet.
Oh no. No. Oh no.
I gotta
That's
call in
today,
sick.
isn't it? That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. No, wait. What's today? What's today? Oh, stupid phone. Facial recognition.
Oh!
I think it's funny that you have to submit. I don't know. I just find that funny.
How else do they
It's
get
the
it, man?
Academy. All must submit.
I mean,
Wouldn't they just pick
get
them?
it. Nah.
There's an academy to do this kind of
No,
stuff.
you do have to
Stuff, right?
submit because they
Don't
want.
they know that there's a plethora of places that list all the movies?
Plethora?
All the movies. They list them all.
Right, but there are. I mean, they don't just take every movie because you have.
But this is Disney.
You have to implicate. You have to at least say, "I want my movie to be on the docket."
Right.
Nope.
Maybe it's only for soundtracks because they send
seems
in the
fair.
CD with the soundtrack. on
Does it
it.
seem
Yeah,
fair?
it's an 8-track tape.
Does it
It's in a
seem
special
fair?
lead-lined envelope.
Honestly, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, so the score doesn't. I can't.
It's great. The score's awesome.
Was it great? Was
It's
it
better.
awesome?
It's better on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it is.
Damn it!
I like Kira's theme.
It's not
Kira's
quite
theme
as
was
dark.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
On
it's a
Blu-ray.
lot brighter. A lot brighter score on Blu-ray.
Well, very unfortunate.
Not as
move
tinny
there.
sounding either.
I don't know. See,
Still kind of blue though.
It's
So
so
they
weird.
sound like they're in the.
I mean,
I seriously,
Back row
I've
singing.
got this whole image of like a VW Beetle with like backfire smoke coming out of it, and it pulls up in front of a lot. And this dude like stumbles out of the passenger seat. He trips on a seatbelt, spills his briefcase on the ground, and he's clambering up to a window. He's like, hey, "Did I miss a deadline?" And there's this dude like 7 foot tall, looking down his nose in shadow. He's like, "You're too late."
Dude, that was like a month ago.
Like, but it says, but I thought the demo was 12 o'clock. I have 12:02 on my watch. You know, one of those things. Oh, you got to think somebody got their walking papers.
Was Snape
over this,
the
right?
one
It
who
seems like it. I
Doing
just.
It was Snape.
I mean, we're talking Lucasfilm here. I mean, this
Mr.
isn't.
Potter.
These guys aren't pushovers or shouldn't be pushovers. So I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah.
I like to think they're actually having a board meeting, and Kathleen Kennedy's like, who not for nothing, but who's the one who didn't submit the soundtrack to the Oscars? And then someone just goes, we had planned on Phil Lord doing that. We forgot to reassign.
Lord,
the original directors were the ones you're supposed to do that.
Always got to have a backup person. You got to sit down with the list of responsibilities.
you're like, run.
All right, we're kicking
You were
this
supposed
person.
to do that.
Like, all right, wait, we fired Lord and Miller, so okay, we need someone to, let's go down the list. Direct the movie. Ron Howard, okay, check. And we need someone to. Oh, that's it. We're good. Wait, what about Oscar submissions?
Let's consider the fact: what if they didn't want to submit it? Would there be a reason for them not to want to?
Well,
submit it?
there's all kinds of reasons for that. That's why you have to submit it if you want to be considered.
But
You're saying, like, hypothetically, in this situation, do you think that's a
would
possibility?
Disney, or
Would they do that?
given what has happened, maybe.
Here's a question: does it cost money to submit?
Oh, I guarantee you.
Well,
it does.
here's
yeah,
okay.
probably.
Let's look at it from this perspective, Howie, because I get what you're saying, but
you better
I
be
mean,
getting what I'm saying.
He's
But-
laying it on pretty thick, bro.
But the article here, I mean, it's pointing it out. So obviously, I mean, this is bad press for them. I mean,
There's no bad press.
All they had to do was submit
That's what
the
I've
damn
been told.
thing, and then it just would have went under the radar, and they would have lost, and everybody would have been happy, right? But now we've got a bad article.
Well, maybe
All
someone
press is good press, but all news is bad news. No news is good news.
Not for Disney.
I'm
It's different for Disney.
Yeah, Disney likes
no
it.
Disney is good Disney. Wait,
I don't think they wouldn't have at least submitted it. I think they would have.
Of course. This was a mistake. It was obviously a mistake.
Such a good one, though. Such a funny one.
So hilarious.
I mean, it's not funny if you're the dude who did the score and you're like, that was my shot.
You know what's not a mistake, though, you guys?
What?
Timothy Zahn writing another novel.
Yes.
Yeah, baby. Yes. Star Wars Thrawn Treason is now available on pre-order.
Treason. So it's treason.
So if you enjoyed Thrawn, the first Thrawn novel.
I enjoyed that one.
I did.
Thrawn by Zahn. You can get the new Thrawn by Zahn.
I enjoyed the second one, too.
There were 2 Thrawn novels already.
Yeah.
I mean, the third. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Well, you said the new one, but you left the second one out of the equation entirely.
Okay, well, you've called me out, and I'm walking away with a tail between my legs.
What I know with this book is to purchase it and not listen to the audiobook.
Yeah.
Because if Anakin's in the book in any way, then he's going to be made. He's going to be made to sound like Strong Bad in the 20xC6 bits.
Well, he might not be in it.
You're just a kid. Maybe when you're older. Like, I can't sit through that again. Oh my gosh!
No,
gotta protect Padme.
But we have until July 23rd to pre-order.
Oh,
July 23rd is the release date. You're right.
Don't sit on this like Disney does on their Oscar nomination.
Get out there and do it, baby.
Yeah, call back.
July 24th.
The book's never going to be for sale again.
I'll never be able to pre-order.
Maybe I'll buy it directly from the author like I did last time.
Okay.
You know what, boys? More good news.
My buddy Timothy Zahn, my best friend, Timothy Zahn.
Yeah, TZ, baby.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Your bestie.
He's my bestie. I got a picture with him.
Yeah. Me too.
Garrick does too. We're besties, dude.
He likes me better than you guys because I've given him a respectful amount of distance.
Of course, when I met him,
he's kind of reclusive. I'm just saying.
Well, of course, when I met him, I clammed up and I was just like, hi.
Me too. Me too.
My wife took a picture. I was like, hey.
Can I get a picture with you?
Anyway, more good news on the literature front.
I like Thrawn.
You make the words.
I gotta go. And then I peed my pants. You can see it in the picture.
I just pooped my pants.
Your word.
I peed my pants in front of Timothy Zahn.
You guys are so
I went poop some potties.
Pooped and peed.
Well, you guys may remember about a month ago or so.
He's old enough. He's incontinent. We shouldn't joke.
I think we have a new character, Garrick.
Stop.
What? Old man poop and pee Mike? That's not new.
By Garrick.
Wait.
No, by Garrick. That's the new part.
That's just Spike.
By the way, who's changing my diaper between sets?
1, 2, 3,
Not it.
Garrick has to change.
Damn it.
Take that, ping. Take that, internet delay.
Son of a bitch.
All right. So you guys might remember the Chuck Wendig lost his gig writing Vader comic.
Yeah.
We do.
Chuckles lost it.
For some reason. Yeah. One reason or another. But
86.
Hey, Marvel is not leaving you hanging, though, man.
Oh, Marvel
like,
never leaves me hanging.
We're bringing
Unless
in
it's
another
Spider-Man.
mofo. And we're going to do this Vader thing.
We're going to do a different Vader thing.
We're going to do a Vader
this
different one.
But better with whiskey and hookers.
Vader Dark Visions has been announced by Marvel.
Marvel.
Marvel. And this will replace, apparently, the Chuck Wendig project that had been scrapped. And I like the cover on this, man. This looks interesting.
Yeah.
So
like
this is going to be
Vader's riding a horse.
It's going to be a little mini series. Yes, Vader is riding a horse, a horned horse,
a unicorn,
and I don't know. There's 2 horns on that horse.
Vader on a
duocorn,
and with his lightsaber and a shield. He's holding a shield.
Sweet.
So and no details about this.
That's a Thestral. Problem solved.
It is.
What?
Yeah. Vader's seen a lot of people.
He's seen a lot of
dying. You think he's going to throw that shield like Captain America and use the Force?
Absolutely, while riding on a Thestral.
If that doesn't happen, I will be very disappointed. I will write an angry letter to the author.
What is up with the Captain Vaderica shield? That's ridiculous.
I don't know, man.
What's
I'm
up
interested.
with it? It's badass. That's what's
exactly,
up with it.
man. I mean, look, there's no details about this yet. This could be like some kind of alternate universe thing or something. I would actually be
weird. That would be
completely
so
cool
weird
with that.
Now
honestly.
that would be marveling it up. I do like when they do those crazy like timepiece one-offs.
Remember those old comics where they did like alternate universe?
Dude,
like,
I've got a couple of compilations over here that are like set in like the freaking Jack the Ripper times and stuff like that. I like that.
Have you guys seen? Was it Man in the High Castle?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but that's what I'm envisioning now.
Good. I was gonna say, good luck with that first season. A little bumpy.
They've done some crazy stuff in the
better
past,
by
at
the
least
end.
during the Dark Horse years. So
What
I
if
don't know.
the first Death Star didn't?
I
blow
would
up?
be kind of up for something crazy and off the cuff. So that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Or what if the first Death Star is just allegorical for the Spanish Armada? I'm just saying. Now we're talking.
Anyway, this new series is by writer Dennis Hopeless. Is his name?
Hopeless? Yeah.
That's straight up hopeless. I thought for
is.
sure I was going to hit the button, but you are right on the money with the hopelessness.
And artist Paolo Vinelli.
Nope.
I'm not
Villanelli.
Oh yeah, no, I got to.
Villanelli. Come on. I got it right the second time.
Yeah, I was just slow on the button. That's not my fault. It's not. Can't be redeemed.
Anyway, I'm
because
excited
my
about this,
dexterity.
man. This looks like it could be interesting. So
I love Vader comics.
I mean, with the Vader,
Tell you what.
the Vader, the mainline comic coming to an end. This
Rest
would be
in
a nice
peace.
little-
I would like
yeah,
to
man.
point out the two-headed crows circling overhead above him.
Cray, dude.
Yeah,
Cray,
yeah,
cray.
dude.
yeah.
Crows are smart.
Oh, what if it's Game of Sabers?
Dude, Dark Visions, man. I mean, this is like this could take place during Vader's meditations or something, man.
Yeah, this is a secret meditation world.
Oh, yeah.
Where
I'm in.
He
Where
gets
he's
stuck
Jon
in
Snow.
meditation and he has to fight his way out by climbing to claim the
Oh
throne.
my gosh.
that'd be awesome.
I'm in.
It's so stupid, but it's so great.
It is. I need that. We're at a point now where we can start doing that stuff.
I feel like we are because honestly, the canon stuff is kind of like me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So it's like, all right, let's stretch our legs. Let's try some weird
Thank you.
stuff.
I'm in.
Let's get weird with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Let's pull out the Chronicles and the Chronic.
Let's get David Crosby on this Stills and
Yeah.
Nash.
Man, you guys,
Or Bing Crosby.
I
or
wish I
Mason
could,
Crosby.
I wish I could remember the name of the series, but there was
Hockey
a series
player.
of comics back when they were at
Doesn't
Dark
know that.
Horse that
Yeah,
they
I do
did.
know
Do
that.
you remember where they like
How he
did
knew
alternate
that.
things like where like Leia was the chosen one as opposed to Luke?
It was Star Wars Infinities,
yeah.
I think. Garrick, is that
Yeah.
right? And there was one where
Yeah,
Vader was like
sure.
a good dude and
Vader,
he was
Vader
white.
survived and he wore white armor.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was called Star Wars Infinities.
Yeah.
If I remember.
yeah,
Vader.
that was awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Doing some
Yeah.
little weird
I kind of
stuff.
dug those because those were coming out at the same time that the Cade Skywalker stuff was coming out, and I hated all.
Wasn't that Darth Maul originally got the robot legs in that?
I
came back?
think you're right, actually. You are actually right. That's the first
Before he
appearance.
actually
Unless
came
you're
back
wrong.
with robot legs?
Yes.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right. You're right.
Those
It
are worth
was
a
in that
pickup.
comic
That's one of the
first.
only times back before the Disney sale that we were getting a little more of the kind of playful side, like the what if kind of stuff. You know,
What if
usually
Darth
the
Maul
what if
survived
stuff
being
was,
cut in half. That would never happen.
it's too crazy to be true.
Who would ever believe it?
It's the Star Wars universe.
Dave
baby.
Filoni would believe it. That's who.
Yep.
So good news there, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited about that series.
I'm excited.
That series
about
replacing that other series.
Also.
The series,
Yeah.
what replaced the other series,
Right.
about the other series.
Yeah.
Hey man,
That
when am
other
I going to be
series.
able to buy some special Star Wars toys?
Well, not as soon as you would hope.
Oh,
What?
What?
Now, Yak Face is reporting this week that
Yak Face himself.
yeah, Yak Face himself.
Yeah. Yak Face.
reporting that the original Force Friday, if you guys remember.
Yeah, Force Friday 2019. Oh wait, that was October 4th.
It had to be 2014, right?
Oh.
When they did the first
Yeah,
Force
yeah.
Friday, was that right?
Sure.
Or no, it had to be 2015 because that was Force Awakens, so it would have
Force
been
Awakens.
September.
You're looking
And then
at
we
me
did-
like I've ever remembered a number to save my life.
Okay,
I don't know
look.
how old I am.
Yeah.
Look, Force Awakens happened in 2015. We did
The first
Force
one
Friday
took place over the course of a few days.
Yes, and it was
Several
over
days.
like Labor Day weekend.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah,
Of
well,
2015. I remember that
Yeah, we remember
quite
that well.
blatantly.
Yeah, you
You
do.
can go back and look at some Twitter stuff, and
I don't want it. Oh, me getting everybody to yell "fly casual" without knowing that I was making them yell the name of a podcast that I'm on
Yeah, I
while
got
holding
'em.
their lightsabers in the
There you
air.
go.
Yeah,
There
We
you
totally
go.
got him.
suckers.
But anyway, well, that initial Force Friday was wildly
Awesome.
successful, but
Yeah, it
subsequent
was.
Force Fridays
Bought so much stuff.
the
not so much.
word tepid comes to mind.
tepid to say the least.
Aye.
And
Yeah.
Says you.
so we've had a few of those between, and because I remember when Rogue One came out, we called
There
it
wasn't
Force
one?
Friday.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah,
wasn't a
kinda.
Force Friday.
Not really.
Not really. And then they had a Force Friday for Last Jedi,
But no, wait, wait, though. The Rogue One Force Friday Light
in
was
quotey fingers.
way more recognized by Walmart than the actual original Force Friday was, which Walmart just kind of shat in the aisle.
Yeah.
And then the next year they're like, "Oh, we're on this," and then they looked around and went, "What? You guys aren't? I mean, nobody else is." We thought this was a thing.
The apparent waning popularity of the Force
Toys
Friday
R Us
event,
closing.
yeah, I know.
Because they had all
Anyway,
the best stuff.
In light of that waning popularity, the rumor now from Yak Face is that actually it will be later in the year in 2019 that we won't have it Labor Day
No.
weekend.
Yay!
Corey to drive me around.
Yeah, I know. Garrick can't make Brandon make me drive his truck everywhere.
And then make you walk with us everywhere and through all the stores.
All right.
We can still do it anyways.
All right, so
Yeah, let's
since
do it.
Nobody knows what you guys
I'll
are
take you
talking
guys to
about.
Toys R Us.
That would be the Pool Labor Day event.
Yeah,
That
Pool
is-
Labor Day when we go to Garrick's and
All
we
the
get
guys.
mad about how it's too cold to swim in his pool.
Yeah, but we
several
do it
days.
anyway.
But we do it anyway on the last day
right.
just to make sure we did it. And then we all catch
Yeah, we
colds
do.
and die.
Yep.
And the first
One
night,
death per
hilarious,
year.
isn't it?
One
Okay,
death
so
per year is a
Yak
good
Face
year.
reporting that October 4th, 2019 is going to be the new Force Friday event. So putting it a little closer to the actual movie. I don't know if this is actually going to help.
Nope.
Actually,
might.
toy sales have been, in general, have been down over the last several years.
say there's a reason for that, though. I would say you got to make movies that are of a pace that actually keeps kids' attention.
Yeah, true.
And I don't care what anybody says. These movies have not been the kind of pace and adventure and whimsy that holds a child's attention.
Whoa.
All right, if you insist.
For that? Really? For that?
Okay, so
Whimsy was
That's a
on
cork
there?
coming out.
I tend to have to agree with you. My kids right now are 11 and 8.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be the prime age for this, right? And
According to what the internet tells us
And
whenever
this
we get
is-
upset about anything, yeah.
obviously this is anecdotal, but I mean, they were more excited during The Force Awakens and during Rebels.
Yeah. Oh, Rebels, definitely.
But,
Rebels
I mean,
is good.
Rogue
Good
One,
stuff.
Last Jedi. I mean, Last Jedi, it was like, okay, that was a movie, thanks.
My kid has not sat through, has still, like, after maybe 3 attempts, has not watched more than 15 minutes of Last Jedi. Totally drops her. Right out of the gates, the movie doesn't feel like it's meant at all to capture her enjoyment.
Right.
It's, we're escaping and we're going to walk and we're going to talk about the fact that we need to escape. And it's just like, she's like, I'm out.
So,
I'm going to go play ponies.
yeah, I mean,
Ooh, ponies.
my son,
She hadn't
of
actually
course,
played
I mean, as a huge Star Wars fan, I always
That's too bad.
buy my son, the Star Wars gifts and this and that and everything
Yeah.
else. And
My kid loves Rebels. Loves Rebels.
yeah, my kids did too.
good
They
show.
loved Ahsoka. They loved all
Yeah,
that, but
Ahsoka.
it just dropped off at some point.
Oh.
And
I don't blame my daughter. Honestly, The Force Awakens, she was kind of okay with.
My kids love
would
Force
lose.
Awakens,
She
yeah.
would lose, at that age. Granted, she was half her age at that time. She would kind of taper off maybe halfway through. She needed a break. She needed to go play with toys. But that's the way she was with every movie back then.
Right.
I feel like if we sat down and watched Force Awakens, she'd be okay through most of it. But
Well, that was
cannot sit
that was
through
3
Last
years
Jedi.
ago. My son was 5 when
I wouldn't ask her to
Force
sit through
Awakens
Rogue One
came
either. Rogue One is not a movie that's very kid friendly
yeah,
either.
no, my kids saw it, but
yeah.
they were admittedly a little upset that everybody died at the end.
See, yeah.
So
The movie's just so kind of like dark, terse, and desperate
Right.
that it's also not the speed for my daughter.
I mean, for me as an adult, that captured me, and I love that.
Oh, yeah,
that's
me
one
too.
of the things I love about that movie. But yeah, for the kids, I mean, my kids were like just really sad and distraught. They
Here's
were
the
just
thing.
like, I love those characters, and they all died.
I think my daughter, and maybe even my wife, who hates everything that couldn't be potentially happen on our front lawn, as I've said many times, it has to be that realistic that it could happen on our front lawn for her to watch.
Anything can happen if you use your imagination.
Wait, you just crossed the line. You've just lost her. So I think they would enjoy Solo, but honest to God, my kid has been so turned off by The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And this is to me influencing her. She doesn't hear me talking about it. You know, she's not down here when we're down here, you know, drinking drunken debauchery and stuff like that.
Right.
She dislikes it so much that Star Wars movies almost have no interest to her at all. I need to circle back around with her with the prequels and see what that does. But
my kids like the prequels. They're old enough. They enjoy the prequels.
I think
They enjoy
she
the
might
originals.
as well.
But yeah,
She gets bored in the middle of Phantom
I have to
Menace.
admit too that Solo, they haven't watched Solo. I took my
Solo,
wife to
I
see
feel like
Solo.
Solo has the right kind of pace,
Sure,
but
I think they would
it's
enjoy
also
that.
it's kind of dark, literally and figuratively at the
sure.
beginning. So
Right.
it's kind of hard to set the hook on a kid that age.
Sure, right.
These are kids' movies. Well, they're not very good ones.
I
then.
know. See that
If
whole
that's what we're
argument-
gonna say, they're not very good.
I know that whole argument.
So let's not
chaps
say
my
that.
ass. True that. So anyway, I don't know if this is going to help or not, man. I think the toy industry as a whole is seen better days. And
That's probably true.
Specifically, Lucasfilm and these Star Wars toys. I mean,
What are
Okay,
I know this is a total
gotta say
departure.
this.
We're not on the toy report yet,
Aw.
but honestly, the traditional toys are not at the top of my kids' wish list for Christmas.
they are not only at the top of your kids' wish list.
They're not at
at
the
the top
top.
of most kids' wish list.
Yeah.
I got to say this. I don't know if most cities we have a store here in town called Ollie's.
Yes.
It's like a
Yeah, we got
secondhand
that.
store. You
Yeah.
got that down there? Okay.
Ollie's it's a discount store.
It's a
It's not
discount store.
secondhand, it's a discount store.
Yeah, not secondhand. What it is it's
big
overstock.
lots.
Overstock stuff. They sold off lots of stuff that didn't move somewhere else, so they're selling it
Right.
cheap.
So they buy it real cheap and
Yep.
then they sell it cheap in their stores. And
They've been sending
my
us
wife
crazy
and I
coupons lately.
went there, I don't know, a week or two ago to do a little Christmas shopping.
like you do.
I was shocked how much Star Wars stuff
We got a
They
mailer
have
from
stuff
them that said we have a toy blowout, and I'm like, they have like
Gross.
7 feet of toys in that store. And she's like, oh, you want to go? I'm like, no. So to hear you say this, like they've actually got a ton of toys, I'm like, maybe I should swing over.
It
there
was
tomorrow.
interesting to me. So there's some decent stuff over there, but I'm interested because I'm a
I like
super fan.
weird stuff too. So I like stuff that didn't show up somewhere else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was interesting to me that taking myself out of the super fan role,
Right.
going to Ollie's and seeing that many the pallets of Star Wars stuff.
Pallets.
there.
Wow. Because see, usually to give people who don't have an Ollie's, Ollie's has the back half of the store is laminate flooring.
Right.
Period. Okay. The front half of the store is books that no one wanted and shampoo that's not that popular. On one side, on the other
And snack
side,
foods.
on the
Don't forget
other
snack
side,
foods.
it's off-brand sweatshirts. And some hardware for doorknobs and stuff like that. And in
And
the
trash
middle, in the
cans.
very narrow middle, there'll be some seasonal stuff and roughly 2 6-foot-long aisles that have like the crap toys. Like, hey,
Dollar
it's
store.
that great, it's that thing, that really popular in thing. Like, hey, it's Paw Patrol, but it's Paw Patrol like Paw Patrol Magnadoodle.
They
Like,
obviously during the Christmas
actually, that
season,
wouldn't be bad.
during the Christmas season,
like
they
that.
bring in the toys. You know, I mean,
I've not been in there during, admittedly.
big
No,
time.
you need to go check it out. It's cool, but yeah, no, there's at least 2 pallets full of Star Wars stuff in there.
Wow.
Yeah, which
wow.
is so most of it. I mean, it's going to be older stuff, so most of
Yeah.
it was Rogue One stuff. So
I'm okay with Rogue One stuff as long as it's not just Jin
There
and
was some-
Cassian Black Series. Because
no. There was some there was some cool like not Jin and Cassian figures. So,
Yeah.
and a couple
Oh.
collections where they have like the 6-packs and
Oh,
things
wow.
like that. So
you have to go
yeah.
check that out.
Yeah, it's was cool for me because, discount. But again, I mean, the broader comment here.
Well, now that we've wrapped up the toy report, I'm your host.
Wait a minute.
So yeah, I don't.
But yeah, it's just traditional toys aren't the thing right now, and I just don't feel like these movies. Now, I could also make the argument that we're judging them on a different scale than we would have 30 years ago. Or 40 years ago, because back then kids didn't have as much media crammed down their throats specifically for them. We have a ton now. My kids have more choices to watch than I do, it seems.
Dear Lord. When we were kids, we had network television, and if you were lucky enough to have a cable subscription, you had 30 channels.
No, yeah, my cousin, I go to my cousin's house and be like, I don't know why they're dumping green slime on everybody, but I'm into it. Right? But in my house, no, you had Hanna-Barbera on Sunday mornings, and you better be happy with it, because guess what? When the afternoon rolls around, you're watching Laurel and Hardy with the rest of the family.
Well, I was telling you guys earlier, my kids.
I'm not complaining. I love Laurel.
My kids barely even watch Netflix anymore. They're all they're YouTube freaks.
But my point being, like, how do you take a movie that's meant for everybody and get kids interested without making? Because, like, okay, kids went nuts over the Lego movie. I can't sit through the Lego movie because it's just constant a face blast of just way too much input.
Yes.
Constantly. It's the pace and the style. I cannot stand to watch it, but I recognize that a lot of people love it. My kid is lukewarm about it, but I know a lot of people do. Kids are just used to having everything a certain speed blasted at them. I don't know how you take a 40-year-old franchise and make that work without completely cutting off old fans.
Yeah. It's tough. Yeah. Unenviable position for KK and Lucasfilm. But,
Indeed you do.
Well, boys, that's all I had for news.
What?
Goodness.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Are you kidding me? That was the shortest news of all time.
All time.
It's time for the Porkins by the Week.
Oh, yeah. Haven't done this in a while.
I don't know if y'all know this, but one of the most valuable, coveted action figures in Star Wars history.
Oh, I know this one.
Is a figure that was not in any Star Wars movie. In fact, this figure was Vlix, some ugly dude alien with an ascot, what was in the Droid cartoon.
Oh,
and he was only released in Brazil. And if you find one new in the box, good for you, because it's worth north of $4,000.
Yeah, it is.
I thought you were going to say Constable Zubio.
Oh, man. I got a big dump to go into my kid's college fund if that's the case.
Yeah, dude, Vlix.
Vlix.
Like a fat-faced little guy.
You know, the funny thing is, people they dump on the droids and the Ewok cartoons and stuff like that. But then you look at this character and go, I'm almost positive Dave Filoni repurposed that design in Clone Wars at some point, because that looks exactly like something out of Clone Wars.
I'm surprised he has it.
A fat alien in an ascot. Yep, Clone Wars. Stamp of approval. Right there. Speaking of stamp of approvals, it's about that time of year where...
You know what's right around the corner?
Why?
Oh, I know.
You don't even have to look around the corner, because it's upon you. It's the holiday season.
The holiday season.
And tip your hat and take a drink. And if you get drunk enough, you'll probably stink.
Stink.
I like the tradition that we have of just butchering the lyrics to that song.
Why not?
We've done this every year for several years now, I believe.
Nailed it.
I believe. Yes, the holiday, the Fly Casual Glee Club has returned again.
Hey!
Featuring one Maestro Sancho Panda.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I can't.
He really couldn't get the group together, so he had to do it himself.
And I know that Hanukkah is already over with, but he's come in. What do they have a Santa Claus for Hanukkah? He has ridden the Hanukkah ferry.
It's the Hanukkah armadillo.
The Hanadillo into town to put this wonderful gift under all the Hanukkah bushes. That's what my dad had a coworker in Columbus in the 80s. He was Jewish and very, He was like Orthodox Jew, but they are like, I don't know, he was Orthodox Jew. But he was very, to hear my dad say it, very like strict practicing Jewish family.
Yep.
And they would put up a Christmas tree. And my dad would be like, well, you put up a Christmas tree because it's not a Christmas tree, it's a Hanukkah bush. And my dad goes, deal, done. Print it. We're good. They did adhere to the blue and white color tradition, however. But anyway, the armadillo of Hanukkah-ness has delivered another holiday favorite. So I present to you the wonderful. I don't even want to preface this. I guess I should a little bit. We have
it needs explanation.
A deep analysis in this song. You're going to get actually educated. The Glee Club has gone above and beyond. You're going to get educated. This is a song based on the Hanukkah song by Adam Sandler.
Oh.
That is going to provide you some insight to all of the celebrities with cameos in Canto Bite. So I bring unto you via Sancho Panda and the Fly Casual Glee Club, Cantonica. I forgot there's like a 6-second lead in. You guys should have reminded me.
There's a 6-second lead.
The Last Jedi was critically acclaimed. But all these non-millennials are saying it was lame. So if you're sad cause half the fans hate your pork-filled flick, here's a list of cameos. I hope it cheers you up quick. Ryan Johnson and Mark Hamill voiced aliens on Canto Bite. There's a cameo from Ellie Goulding, who sings that song Flashlight. Slow and Low was played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt with a heavy southern accent that no one chose to edit. Warwick Davis and his daughter Annabelle played two of the Swerton dudes. Whoa. And they probably got Lily Cole to blow on their chance cubes. Some think the fancy code breaker was much ado about nada. At least you know David Thoreau knocked boots with Maz Kanata. So find a master code breaker. Ain't no slicers up in here on Cantonica. But if you don't park smart enough, you'll get thrown in jail on Cantonica. Still BB-8 Ex Machina can save your hide on Cantonica. James Corden, son of Porkins. That wasn't him. But Gareth Edwards tastes some salt when the final battle begins. Director Edgar Wright was next to him in that holo. So was his brother Oscar, who did storyboards for Solo. And even if Mark Hamill didn't think Luke's arc was great, his kids Nathan Griffin and Chelsea were resistance troops on Crate.
No way!
So if it's not enough, this film has Tom Hardy, Prince Williams, and Harry. It also has Carrie Fisher's dog, Space Gary. So blast the film harmonica while you ride a Faither through Cantonica. In the trailer, your friends make it to the Salt Planet. So take your time freeing beasts on Cantonica. Chandler, Bing, and Monica had a more believable romantic relationship than Finn and Rose on Cantonica. When your friends act too sardonica, just imagine you're chilling with celebrities on Cantonica.
Oh my gosh.
I've listened to that like 10 times.
Insane.
Dude.
I've listened to that like 10 times, and I'm like, my cheeks hurt right now because I'm smiling so hard.
Dude, the Glee Club got awesome.
Well,
Wow. Once you cut all the Glee Club
temper your
out, it did.
expectations because it ain't Christmas yet. So
Wow. That was amazing.
seriously, that song, I reached out to the Glee Club immediately after listening to that song, and I'm like, okay, this is the best yet. Easily the best yet. And in fact, I would have saved it for our last episode before Christmas, but considering Hanukkah's technically already ended, I'm like, well, we got to get squeezed in. So it's a tough act to follow, but you're going to have to come back next week.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I'll
are.
be here. I'm coming back, guys. I'm going to come back.
I'll be there.
There's
I'll be there too.
more.
I'm only coming back for the song, though.
More
Don't
Glee
even come
Club
back.
and Christmas, very different from what you just heard. But gosh, can you believe that's not only did they
Did I?
do it so well, but to
Yes.
cram all that great the lyric work and all that education in there, I freaking love this. I feel like if anything that we ever did goes viral, it'll be this thing that they did.
Yeah, right? Thanks, Sancho.
Yeah,
Oh
thank
my
you,
gosh.
Sancho. That was
On the
incredible.
shoulders of giants. Right.
Incredible. Speaking of
Giant
incredible,
shoulders.
What?
I'm trying to figure out a way to turn that
Edible
around.
egg. Incredible edible egg.
And speaking of eggs,
Eggs?
rotten ones, it's time for
Plastic
the
eggs?
toy report.
Let's go for the plastic eggs in the chicken machine. You put a quarter in, the chicken
What?
would cluck.
Minecraft?
And poop out an egg.
Oh man,
Remember those?
they had that in the front of Hills Departments. Okay. Quick aside.
Those are the best things
Because it's
ever.
a Christmas toy memory, so it fits right here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was a kid, this was back when we still had department store. This is before supermarkets, right? But when we had department stores that weren't necessarily in malls, like you could actually like Kmart was kind of like that. We had Hills Department Store. They had the icy machine with the big polar bear on it, right?
Icy.
And they had the popcorn machine. So every time I walked in there, because I go in looking to pick out like toys to add to my Christmas list and stuff like that, usually like for my grandma to pick something, right? Because we was and that popcorn
Camera?
smell. That popcorn smells really powerful. Well, I was at the Restore, the Habitat for Humanity Restore last weekend.
Right.
They got the popcorn machine. I walked in there and I was like, boom. I was a little kid looking for Christmas stuff. It just happened to be used stuff that someone else was getting rid of because I was at the Habitat for Humanity Restore, which I love that place.
That's an awesome place.
That is one of my favorite stores, and we have a brand
Good
spanking
cause.
new one too. But yeah, sorry. Well, a little Christmas memory that just overwhelmed
Yeah, but the
me.
chicken machine with the plastic eggs.
They had one in the front of Hills. That's what brought that up. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
I
every
miss
time we
those.
walk in, I'd walk up to it and I'd stare at it. I knew not to ask for a quarter. I knew there's no chance. There's no way I was going to get a quarter.
It's
But I'd go up and
really
just
good
stare
if
at it
you're really
longingly,
good.
looking in that window at all those different bicolored eggs. Like one of these days.
And then there's that one time.
There was. My grandma totally gave me a quarter one time. And I think I got one of those jelly hands that you slap at door, like
Yeah,
glass
you
doors.
did.
Yeah. I
So if
believe.
like a piece of paper is real far away,
It was either
just
that
throw
or it was one of
hand
those.
at it and it's coming right at you.
It was either that or it was one of those wacky wall crawler octopus things that you stick on the glass.
Oh,
and
my
they
parents
just
hated those.
rolled it. Yeah, they left marks on your doors. And if they got on the floor, they like pick up like hair and dust.
Yeah,
And, ugh,
they lasted like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they were
the
disgusting.
best 10 minutes.
Yeah, best 10 minutes of my life right there.
That's right. Second
that
best 10 minutes
demo
for the
though.
rest of us.
Heyo.
You get it?
No.
Mom.
Can you, oh,
She's like a wacky crawler.
I just got it. It's
Wacky
not
wall
nice.
crawler.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, toys.
Name. Well, toys.
Speaking of plastic toys, guys,
Yeah.
I've heard of this Galaxy of Adventures show that dropped on the YouTube Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about that next week.
Okay, good.
Okay.
But as with any Star Wars property, they've decided to make toys.
They've got a toy line for this? I had
They got
no
a toy
idea.
line for this.
No
kidding me?
way.
For these, so for those who don't know, Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures is
Yeah,
a
give us a
YouTube
brief
kids show.
synopsis. Yes.
It's a YouTube kids show.
I don't even want to call it a
it's not
show.
even a show.
It's
It's
clips.
like clips,
Yeah,
right?
it's clips. Basically, they animated clips from Star Wars.
Okay, I know Corey has a problem with this.
Yes.
They look pretty awesome to me.
I will
The
get into
figures
this
don't
next
look
week.
anything like the show characters. They're just
No, they
repurposed
don't.
figures.
Yeah, they are.
Why
But
not?
they
Sell
repurpose it.
toys.
Are they
3 1/4?
3 1/4. They're just
3 3/4. Yeah.
basically they took the
3/4.
normal figures and they put them in a package that looks like some angry weeaboo wannabe crap.
What's up with
That's
Luke?
offensive.
Is that
Luke
offensive?
is awesome.
Luke's picture's
I
offensive.
seriously don't know if that term is offensive or
I
not.
don't know.
But
I'm offended.
okay.
I'm offended
I
by
don't
If
the
that term
toy
is
line.
offended, I officially apologize. But
I
it
don't know if
looks
it's
like
offensive, but I.
so.
but
It
I'm
looks like the
offended.
kind of thing that's meant to appeal to people who have like a major hard on for anime. Is that less offensive?
No,
Probably
that's,
not.
That's good. That's accurate. So
Yeah.
I guess it can't be offensive.
But yeah,
So-
the figures are fine. The packaging
The
is
figures are cool, and they come in a tube, I guess. Or
that way you don't
about
realize that they're just repurposed figures.
Everything
But they come
about
with a
this
mini
is
comic.
for
That's
me,
cool.
Everything
I mean-
about this is terrible.
I know, man.
Everything about this, I hate
you
3
channeling me
over
I hate 3 3/4 figures to begin
Whoa,
with.
dude.
I hate the tubes.
Do you hate
You know
comics?
what? I don't hate 3 3/4 figures.
Well,
I
good
prefer-
for you, Mike.
I prefer 6-inch, but there's some.
Why
cool
don't you
3
go edit a
3/4.
That's what
podcast?
she said. That's what she said.
That's what Garrick's mom
What the
said.
hell?
Wow. Where'd that come from?
What?
Look, man, the purpose of these is to introduce the new generation to the original
No,
trilogy.
the purpose
right?
of these is to make money.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
I'm gonna
That's
call.
everything, dude.
I don't have anything to back this up, but I'm gonna call shenanigans and say nope. It's just to get y'all to buy the same thing again. It
Yep.
has nothing to do with new viewers.
They didn't want to sell to Ollie, so they did this.
Stop the pallets.
Hey, they got to try something, man. I
Yeah.
mean,
But you
Do they?
get the figure, and they
Which looks
all
nothing
come
like
with-
the artwork.
No,
They all
not
come
at
with
all.
some sort of accessory.
Okay,
No, wait.
I would actually,
R2 looks a little like the artwork.
I would actually appreciate this more if the figures look like the artwork.
I would too, because at least then they would be committing to it.
Yes,
I
Yeah,
agree.
that's true. That's
I
a good
agree.
point. That's
I
a
don't
good
like
point.
the artwork. I just don't like the style.
I
they
would
had a
consider
bunch of-
actually buying some if it looked like the artwork.
I
even
shouldn't say I
though
don't like the style. I don't like the style in Star Wars,
I
and
just
I
don't-
don't like it in a lot of other
What's
things.
funny
There are
is
ones I
that-
like it in.
I really just
What's
don't
funny
like
is
it.
the artwork on the
Artwork only.
packaging isn't really symbolic of what's in the show. Like
No,
it's
it's not.
it's different.
It's somewhere.
Well, that's the worst. That's
it's almost a
even
little more
worse.
extreme than what's on the show.
Oh,
It is.
Everything about this is wrong.
But it comes
the
with a
mini
mini
comic.
comic.
The mini comic is cool.
You're buying it for the mini comic.
Is that what you're doing?
I do like the mini comic.
You're buying it to give them money
For a mini comic.
for a minute.
So they're $10 each, and you get a
Actually-
figure in a mini comic.
Actually, I will say
Best-
this.
That's the best deal in Star
But
Wars,
didn't
right
you
there.
watch
I will
the
say
Toys
this.
That Made Us, and they say that everybody who had to work on this kind of stuff was the worst?
Yeah, didn't you learn that?
You know what? Honestly, though, I'm going to say this because you said these are $10 a piece. If they made these $5 a piece,
I'd probably buy a few. Because,
Yeah.
and this is why. This is why.
I'd buy
Even
the
though
whole
I'm sitting here
crate.
bagging on them, right? This is good shelf fodder.
yeah.
This is stuff that looks good on a shelf because it's not a card back figure, which is a horrible thing for a shelf.
This is actually good for giving away at our next live show.
Card back figures are meant to hang from a peg. They're horrible to display. You have to have.
I like how the R2's displayed though, because it's displayed a little bit higher because it's a smaller figure, so you can see
and he's
the whole
pooping on
figure.
3PO's head.
Yeah, it's
But
great.
but yeah, like the tube window is actually kind of a cool way to display a figure on a shelf. That's I think the best thing going. But at $10, it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You're gonna sell me old figures for more money?
I know.
No.
They're too expensive. All of them
No,
are too
they're like
expensive.
$15.
Even my
normally.
Black Series, man. I love the Black Series, but I'm tired of paying $20 for
You should be.
those.
No,
Tired.
No, go
I
on
got a
Amazon.
full
They're
shelf,
all,
man. I
they're all
can't do
discounted
it.
now.
no. Why you can't do it is because you got married.
Oh snap!
Yeah, man.
It's the women's fault.
You don't know. hey,
I didn't say that.
bad about Star Wars is because of women.
you don't understand.
didn't say that.
You don't
I heard
understand
you
who
say
I
it.
married, my friend.
That's true.
I know she's Disney.
She's a Disney
is.
freakazoid.
They have an
She
agreement.
and the crap she buys is like $250 a piece. So,
That's right. You're like, sweet. I'm in for several more Black Series figures.
Right.
That's a sweet deal. That's a sweet
that's pretty
deal.
cool.
But yeah,
So-
my shelves are filled, man.
I almost said, man, I got to get my wife
You need
into
to get
some
more
lame
shelves.
collecting to
Do you
waste my
have
money.
storage?
And then I realized what I was going to say, and I stopped myself.
Have
You
you
need to get
turned
more
the
shelves,
attic
Mike.
into another room to display your
I am
toys?
not like you, Howie. You've got stuff that you can't even display. You've got so much shit, right?
Are you drunk?
It sounded like it, didn't it?
He is drunk.
It's the
I'm
hat.
just saying.
It's
I
the hat.
know
It's
you.
merriment.
Yeah. Well, no.
I've talked to your wife.
The reason I haven't displayed anything is because I don't have my shelf up, my one shelf.
Oh, your shelf.
How long you got to be in that house before you get your one shelf?
And Garrick has an entire level of his home dedicated to his
That's
stuff.
pretty
It's only
accurate.
half.
That's pretty accurate.
The level.
Yeah,
Come
it's the
on.
biggest room on that level, and it constitutes about half the level.
It's about
How did I refer to it the other day? Like a meticulously curated curated pile.
Hey, I got some good IKEA shelving now in there.
Oh, dude.
Oh, I
It
can't wait
looks
to see
legit.
It's that A-frame shaped room. That's tricky. That's tricky.
Yeah, it's hard.
business.
You gotta get your dimensions just right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know,
it's
man.
tricky.
At this price point, not interested.
Yeah. Well.
Don't
check this
worry,
out
they'll be
if
at
you're
Ollie's
interested.
for $3.89 in no time.
On Amazon in about a week and a half. You get them $5 each. Okay,
yeah.
Anyway,
And I would
moving
probably
on.
just buy the R2 to have one example, and the R2 is
Yeah.
always worth more.
Yeah, it's true. They always are. Yeah. So, hey guys, you like typing on your computer?
Do I?
I do it about
You guys
every
like
day.
typing?
That's why I've been sexting throughout the entirety of this
I
podcast.
can't say I
Me
like
too.
texting or
Texting.
sexting or
Typing?
Typing.
No.
but
Only
I
typing?
do it.
Okay.
Often.
Well, if you like typing and you get bored of letters, you can actually
Do I?
change your letters to Arabic
Oh dear God.
on your keyboard.
Oh.
yeah, you
Well,
like that? You like
just download
the
font.
Star Wars alphabet?
That would
So,
mean that I would need to memorize Arabic.
Well,
Yeah.
you still
That's
type
not
the
a
same
bad perk.
letters. It changes them for you.
That's the perk.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's not actually
You can't
typing the
proofread
letters.
yourself
These,
very
look,
easily.
these
I
are
don't
just
memorize.
covers.
I haven't memorized the keyboard. Okay, I know I've been doing.
Are
this
you still a
for 40 years.
hunpecker? You
I
type
am
like my
too.
dad with
No.
your index fingers.
I do.
I am unconventional. I don't do this.
You type with your elbows?
He's like a piano
I have
player
my,
on,
I have
on the
my
keyboard.
own little style. Okay.
Listen to you. You're like, listen, I was typing before it was cool.
Look, you got my hand across my wrist. And now
right.
my
I learned to
hands
play
over
the
here.
guitar my own
Okay.
way.
Look, this
I'm
keyboard.
like the Rachmaninoff of typists.
This looks cool. Not practical.
Well, who said it had to be practical?
I haven't even clicked on it yet. I'm just having fun making fun of Mike.
Yeah. So on the this
Oh,
is sold
sweet
by
Jesus.
what? You haven't clicked on it yet?
I did now. Oh, I hope there's a nubbin on F and J. Otherwise, I'm lost forever.
Oh man, that F and J.
Yeah, so these are caps that you replace all of the keys on your keyboard with. If you have a traditional keyboard, which a lot of people may
Say, will
not.
this work with my cherry blue micro switches?
Probably not. I don't know.
I was hoping I could
But
just download
from
the fonts.
actually, this is from Sci-Fi channel. They're actually selling this.
Sci-fi.
Actually, I'm looking at the cost of these, and they better work with cherry blue micro switches.
Yeah, so you can replace every key on your keyboard except the backspace, insert home, page up, page down, delete and end with
Because screw those keys.
stuff.
Fuck them.
Yeah. Well, maybe those don't translate well, I guess.
Not to Aerobash. No.
Not to Arabic.
Not
So
needed
if you want to
on an
do this,
Arabic
and they are color coded gray and red and white scale, you can actually pay $250
Oh dear God.
to
Are
do
you
this.
kidding me?
Not for a keyboard. For
No.
key caps.
Caps so that you can replace them on your keyboard.
Yeah.
I'll bet you anything. I could go out and find a website where you can get custom keys printed and for
Some
less than half
assembly
that
required.
Oh, dear.
Some assembly required.
Some assembly, yeah.
Just like,
Get your butter knife out.
I've
Full
actually got the
disclosure.
keycap removal
Full
tool
disclosure.
over there by Howie.
I've been
you
playing
would. You'd
with
have
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check that out. Go to Sci-Fi. Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know how to pronounce that. It's
It's called
S-Y-F-Y.
sci-fi.
What do they think they're doing?
Suey fooey.
Well, how have they not changed that back to the original spelling
right.
by now?
Come on, man. You
Hey.
gotta give me some good news in this.
I sidebar.
Fewer
sidebar.
letters, which is easier to type when you have an Arabesh keyboard.
You guys have to go to opposutes.co.uk
Oh no!
Wait, what's
Why?
happening here?
You're hacking me, aren't you?
/suits /star-wars-suits. That is
Hey.
Jimmy.
All I heard Howie say just now was, "You've been
suits?
selected by
Blah,
your
blah,
credit
blah.
card company."
I'm a dirty whore. Blah blah blah.
No, they have Star
Go to
Wars. suits.
www.jz95000z59.
Dot Nigeria.
I linked it in Discord.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not clicking that.
Nope.
You don't want to see
That's a
Star
virus.
Wars
I'm
suits?
reporting you as a phishing scam to my employer.
That's a virus.
Well, you can report me, but I'm under your account. So
So anyway, hey guys,
What
you
am I
guys
looking at here from
you guys heard of the Sideshow toys
Am
we
I
love
ever?
the sideshow,
and
man.
collectibles? Well, we mentioned earlier in the cast that they're coming out with the solo things, the solo chronicle, whatever. But
That's right.
they don't just do toys; they do posters too. Yeah,
At the
if you
same
want a
scale
poster-
pricing as their
Oh,
toys.
dear God.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
So
It's a
they
cool
have
print.
now for pre-order, estimated arrival January 2019 to February 2019, a poster
I want.
of one Boba
Excuse me.
Fett.
Excuse
Boba
me.
J.
I believe what you're
Fett.
referring to is a fine art print. I'll see
Oh yeah,
myself
fine
out.
art print by Darren Tan. You guys heard of Darren Tan? Yeah, Darren Tan.
Yeah, D'Artagnan.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Right.
Darren.
I didn't. I guess he did art for some of the collectible card games, but he has done this print. It's Boba Fett. Appears to be on some sort of cityscape, maybe Coruscant.
I've decided
or
it's
Nar
Nar
Shaddaa.
Shaddaa. Fight me.
Yeah, with the a smoking blaster burn and a
In a-
Aqualish or Quarren. I mean,
Quarren, yeah.
what is that? Yeah, Quarren.
Everybody, we always think
Standing
that.
over him.
That would be a bounty.
We always look at a
That would
Quarren
be a
and think
bounty.
Aqualish, and then we remember the Aqualish are the butt faces.
Yeah, they got butt face.
Walrus man.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool. You get it, you buy it, you get a signature on it, you get a certificate of authenticity.
That's a good
It is
looking print.
18 by
is a good looking
24
print.
inches.
I would totes
So-
hanging on my wall. But what's the price, Garrick?
Well, depends, Mike.
What?
If you just want the print,
I have choices?
unframed,
Yeah.
just the print itself, it's only $90.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, but if you, Mike, want a sweet, sweet frame that will display this art in your living room, see, with
I don't have to
It
ask
is
the
only-
wife. Is that going to happen?
$250.
Holy shit balls.
But it's authorized on automated penciled signature.
and it was
Yeah.
We have a pencil. We have a forging machine that forges signatures in pencil.
all right.
So the frame is pretty cool. I mean,
It
I
is.
don't know
And
if it's like
a frame's gonna
$100
cost
cool.
you. Yeah,
Hey,
frame's
don't
gonna
get me
cost you
wrong.
money.
Sideshow puts out quality stuff.
Yep.
I just
Yeah,
can't
they
afford
totally
it.
do.
No, exactly. Honest
But
to God. Okay, let's say it's worth
poster's
$90.
so cool.
We'll say the
This
90
print is
that's
amazing.
worth
Very
$90.
cool.
You're easily going to pay $140 for or $160 for a frame job of that quality with matte and all like that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
there's definitely some matting.
unless you have your Michael's 40% off any framing coupon that comes in the Sunday paper.
Now, wait a minute. I got to ask this. Is that a Qualish a Jedi? Because he is holding a lightsaber in his hand.
Yep. This is the last time I hear you say Aqualish.
Oh, yeah.
It makes me want to just absolutely stab you with pens.
He's like,
Aqualish.
oh,
Stab me.
yeah.
It has no effect on me when Howie
Here's
says
my
it.
eye. Go ahead.
There's a whole story behind this print, I bet. The whole
Bet.
story.
We don't know for sure.
Yeah, he's kind of wearing a Jedi
As long as I
robes,
can
it
get the
looks
story
like.
printed out in like automated penciling, then I'll be
Yeah.
I'm on board.
So this is pretty cool. I like the
Justice
See,
League,
artwork
man,
on
it's
this.
cool. They put out quality products.
If you've got a
Yeah.
whole room of Boba Fett stuff, this should be in it.
Yep. Yeah.
Or if you don't and you want a whole room of Boba Fett, this
Yeah,
could
If
start.
you're
This is your-
aspiring
this is your
Boba Fett
start.
room.
This is your centerpiece right here. This
Yeah.
is your this
Did
is
you guys
what's
see
gonna draw the eye.
the whatchamacallit on the wall?
I'm
next to
not
the print?
going to your dinky websites. You scare me.
No, it's on the sideshow. It's not a dinky website.
Nope, that's a virus.
It's a virus on the wall next to the print.
Oh yeah, the Mythosaur skull.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty
You could
awesome. I want that.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I wonder if they sell that. I'll have to do some investigating.
It's got a scar like Harry Potter.
I bet you it's on Thingiverse. I'll print
Ooh.
you a 4-inch version.
That's its mother's love, but it didn't work for some reason.
Or a
Spoiler.
Horcrux.
Oh, sorry, spoiler for Harry Potter. Mother's love is the most powerful magic.
Oh gosh, just ruin everything. Why don't you? Snape killed Dumbledore. Oh,
Anyway, last thing I got up here.
yeah, I'm that guy.
The reason 100% of people listen to this podcast
Oh no.
Nap
Is this
time.
happening?
Nap time.
for the Pop Corner. Yeah, there's a theme song. So
Who's hair
Walgreens is really
caught in this chair?
Walgreens is really killing it in the pop department, guys. And specifically
It's got to be Josh.
the Star Wars pop department.
He is rather hirsute.
So Walgreens has released 2 images of the new pops that are coming out. First up, Anakin Skywalker. Dark side, in parentheses, close parentheses, with his sweet, sweet Sith yellow eyes. Oh, yeah? You like that? Howie? Huh? Yeah? No?
No.
Whoa. Howie, you own that.
Wow.
I don't like that Anakin.
But he's got yellow eyes.
I don't like Anakin younger than 30.
Oh. He's got a scar.
You're ageist. You're Anakin ageist.
He's got his lightsaber.
He doesn't like Anakin.
He's the chosen one.
I don't like Anakin from the prequels.
We were brothers.
You like Vader.
I like Vader.
Not Anakin.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, maybe if you don't like Anakin.
I love Anakin.
You like...
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I like Anakin. Maybe if that one doesn't appeal to you.
I'd say it's been a few months.
Are you an angel?
There we go.
A chupa chupa chave.
Chupa chupa cabra.
Cabra.
So the next one they've announced
I'm a person. And my name is Anakin.
Sorry.
Let's try spinning. That's a good move. Good trick. Good move.
You nailed it. Nailed the line there. 100%ed it.
Don't derail, Garrick.
I hate sand. You must do something.
She doesn't even deliver that line.
I hate it. It's coarse. It gets all up in my business. This is a course of action that will lead us to war.
There you go. There you go.
That's it.
Yeah. So the last pop-up is Jango Fett, guys.
Okay.
This one's cool.
Django.
I am so close to on board with this Django Fett.
No.
I got the Boba Fett version of this.
Not even close for me.
What?
No.
This is what? No. Here you go.
I've never seen a
popcorn culture.
Whatever it is, a pop that I like. I've never seen one.
Never?
Okay.
Not even
never.
Jango
So
Fett?
the top of the helmet is flat. The mask is squished, but I think the part I don't like about it, as much as I love the plasticky, translucent flaminess of the jetpack,
that's the base too.
It's the very Mercy from Overwatch-esque pose that he's making. Like he's like Sandy Duncaning off in the flames there.
That's the best part.
I'm not sure that's the best part.
I do believe in fairies.
He jetpacks with grace. Is there anything wrong with that?
I don't recall him having that much grace. That's all.
But it's Jango Fett with his 2 blasters out and flames coming out of his jetpack.
I mean,
that
look
forms
at how
the base on which he stands.
His right toe
sounds
is
awesome.
His right toe is crooked like he's wearing
figure.
a pair of spiked heels. I don't know. It's weird.
No, he's taking off and his toe is bent.
Yeah.
Get it right.
But the fire is underneath his toe.
That's how he pushes off to get good
Off
lift.
the fire.
Yeah, he's pushing off the fire.
I play Shadows of the Empire. I know how it works.
Yeah, you do.
You know nothing.
So I'm looking forward to these because they're cool. You guys suck because you didn't like them.
If I found
Screw
it
you
for
guys.
$5 in a clearance bin, I'd probably buy it.
Yeah, totally.
Which is high praise when it comes to me and pop vinyls. Because that's
Well, that's
usually
all I
how
got.
I do it.
You losers.
Thank the Lord.
Are we done?
Hey,
Yeah.
listener.
After 3.5 hours?
Yeah, it's only been about 12 hours. Hey,
Wow.
hey, if you've stuck around this long, then I should probably clue you in. We've got us a Fly Casual Discord server.
Woohoo!
What? You need to get up on the Fly Casual Discord server.
Yeah, you do.
I can't tell you what the link is because that'd be dumb. So go because what am I going to go to?
Well, Howie could do it. Howie's been doing it all night.
Opposuits.co.uk
See?
// star
Go to Twitter.
/suits.html.
Go to Twitter at FlyCasual at 1138 and look for. We've posted links to our Discord channel, which is open for you to join us. We're on it all the time. I mean, it's not like it. It's not like 24/7. We have, lives and stuff, but we're there and I'm checking in periodically throughout the day. And it's like, and sometimes we have live chat going on back and forth, listeners just like you. And we like to hear from you guys. And we know that Twitter is not the best medium for everybody. some people might say Twitter is kind of the worst.
I gotta say, I've never used Discord
I love Twitter.
before.
It's the best.
Yes.
Twitter is awesome.
Oh, shut up, Garrick.
Yeah,
I like to do the tweets.
Mike has never used Discord until I thrust this upon him without any warning whatsoever.
And I love it, man, because everybody that's in there wants to be there, contributes, talks.
Yep.
It's
Because you have to put in that god awful URL to get there.
Yeah. So we've put links out. We put links out on the Twitter feed. So go to FlyCasual1138 on Twitter, and you'll find links to the Discord. And
It's an exclusive club.
join us. And here's the thing. Yeah, you'll get exposure. We're talking about the show. You'll see us responding to news as it comes in. We've got what I like to call news droids. That are in there actually like pulling in news from different sources.
Newest as it hits.
So you can be in there seeing the news as we're seeing it and discussing it. And I'm pinning things for the show. This is the thing where we're looking for everybody to join us and kind of see the collaboration, take part in the collaboration.
Yeah.
And we've got a bunch of people on there now. Not a ton. It's still very light. So, I mean, join us in there. And it's not just us. Everybody who's been on the show, I think just about everybody's been on the show is on there as well.
Yes.
And
not Amy Radcliffe. She's not on.
Well, yeah, she's not on there.
Amy.
She's welcome to join. But yeah, please, we'd love to hear from you. Join the Discord, and we might be the Discord. Yeah, join us there, don't you know? And we may be adding some more functionality in the future. We're actually recording this via Discord right now. So
little known fact about our Discord: everybody on here is a cool kid.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was the cool kid.
Every single
I am the cool kid.
And I'm looking to set up like some ranking system and stuff like that, so that people who come in and like give a lot of feedback or ask a lot of questions or have things and stuff, like we'll start to have y'all do some earning for us up in there and stuff like that. So
cool.
I
think at some point we're even gonna gain. You can be able to gain access to live shows. Right?
Well, it's in discussion. It's in discussion because, of course, we're also looking at possible Patreon things and things like that. Like a lot of podcasts do, because we're trying to get Howie out of debt, so he doesn't have to cash in. So he doesn't have to cash in his Funko
about
stock.
$6.8 billion in debt because of this thing.
But one of the things we're looking at is the possibility of just having it so that as we're recording, because we're using Discord right now. For Garrick sake. So being is so that if you're on the Discord, you can listen and actually live chat while we're recording.
Yeah, man.
So, if you don't have a life every other Friday night, like us,
It's ruined the magic.
So that's the newest thing that
in the works.
The newest thing that we've put together in several different rooms where we can talk toys, news, off topic, doesn't have to be Star Wars related. They're different.
We even have one dedicated to Funko Pops.
That is not true.
That's a lot.
But we should.
And although I gave you admin privileges, I am now reconsidering.
Restrictions.
Maybe you should check the channels again, Corey.
Maybe you should. You bastard. So please, we would love you to join us on Discord. So go Discord. It's on our Facebook page. Well, Fly Casual Podcast on Facebook. Yep. Take a look there, and you'll find the link to our Discord channel. If you have any problems getting there, message me at Wilson Corey T on Twitter, and we'll get it figured out. So, because I want everybody in there. I love, even if you're not in there actively participating all the time. We're just posting like memes. And all kinds of stuff, opinions about
like
news.
Mini Twitter, actually.
It is. It's like micro Twitter, but everybody's there
better.
Yeah, everybody's there to have the same kind of conversation. So please join us.
Well, you never know. Fly Casual may not be on Twitter at some point. You never know.
Twitter, I would love to leave.
We may get kicked off sometime.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say, it's just as likely we get removed.
It's happened before.
Yeah.
It'll happen again.
Yeah. So anyhow, join us there. Also, we did Twitter, we did Facebook. Go to YouTube.
Gotta do the YouTube. A lot of cool stuff we're doing on YouTube right now. We are not only posting the episodes, but we're dividing out the segments. And so, hey, go to iTunes, go to Stitcher.
Are you still pulling out the Porkinses?
I am pulling out the Porkinses. So
what about the Tarkinses?
And the Tarkinses.
Yeah.
Well, and Mike puts little Easter eggs every once in a while.
Is that what Michael J. Fox has? Tarkinses?
Whoa.
Perkins is
No, that's not Michael J. Fox.
Whoa.
That's Joey Lawrence. You got to very similar time frame.
Michael
It is
Joey
very
Lawrence.
Michael Joey Lawrence. That's right.
But we're doing some cool stuff on YouTube, and if you have not subscribed, please go and subscribe and ding the bell for updates.
Ding.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, and also, I mean, if you want to keep track of all this stuff on the Discord, all the new content that goes up episode wise, and all the new content that goes up on the YouTube, all gets updated right into our content channel on Discord.
Yep.
So you can it could be your one-stop shop.
Who needs a website when you have Discord?
I'm questioning. I don't know.
Probably still need because you need that SEO. You gotta get up on that.
That's
SEO,
a question
bro.
for the ages.
You ever had the SEO? It's delicious.
It is.
You need that SEO.
It is.
Yeah.
You've never had
Oh,
SEO.
when you're on the-
Dude, I have. I played Assassin's Creed 2, which features SEO.
Did you eat SEO?
SEO Auditore.
It's the last. It's the last.
It's a me.
I devoured
Last
it.
good
It's me,
Assassin's Creed.
Mario, your cousin.
It's a me, Ezio.
Anyway, in the meantime, also, obviously, if you want to look at the show notes, betterkind.com and click on the episode, and you can follow on, click the links just like we do during the show. So, in the meantime, I'm Corey. Over there's Mike.
YouTube's.
Over there's Howie.
So say we all.
Over there's Garrick.
So say we all.
We
You have to repeat it back. Or
I'm
else
not
it
gonna
doesn't
say
count.
yet. I'm not gonna say yet. Come back next week for the return of the Glee Club Jelly.
That was a long episode.
I'm sweating underneath this Santa hat and multiple pairs of sunglasses.
I'm hungry.
It is for
All
the
right,
greater
nature
good.
boy, settle down.
Opposite.